Hi, my name is Alexis and my job is to help you get back with your ex. In this video, I'm going to explain you the psychology of no contact, what's going on in your ex's mind when you go no contact. I'm a strong believer as a counselor that providing a lot of information and knowledge helps people to make the right decisions. And this is what we're going to do today, because I guess you've seen a lot of content about no contact, maybe one of my videos or other videos. And deep inside you feel like it's not the right thing. I need to connect with my ex. I need to tell him or her that I miss them, that I will do whatever it takes to get her or him back. But after watching this video, you will understand why no contact is efficient, how you should do it, the different sort of pitfalls of no contact and the different errors that people or mistakes that people make through no contact. But at least my job in this video, and more broadly in all of my videos, is for you to get that knowledge, to make the right decision, to really also be reassured that what you're doing is the right thing, because obviously by definition no contact is a bit scary because you're in the unknown. You're doing this, you don't see any results, any signs from your ex, and that could be overwhelming. So watch this video if you want to stick to no contact, if you want to be convinced that you're doing the right thing.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So as I said, no contact is the best solution. Is it the one that will recover all relationships? No, but it's the best solution to get your ex back or to move on, depending on what is your goal, what you want to achieve. Remember that you don't beg a person who rejects you, right? They rejected you. It's not by begging, it's not by pleading that you're gonna get their respect, you're gonna get them to change their decision. It took a while for them to take the decision. Leave it some time to reconquer, to rekindle that love. You know, it doesn't always work, no contact, don't get me wrong, but it is statistically what works best. And the alternative, which is to be clingy, which is to be needy, which is to confront them, I'm pretty sure that you've done it already and it didn't work, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, right? So let's get started. The first stage is the relief phase. It's about 2 to 10 days. It depends. There's no rules for that. It's really it's been a week, and I always wanted to do to announce it to my ex for a few weeks, and now it's done. So I kind of breathe in and out. I'm relieved by the pressure of announcing that I wanted to end the relationship. So this is when there's a lot of drama. This is when we want to fight back. This is when we are begging. Of course, your ex doesn't want to hurt you, but he or she feels happy right now, relieved. They think like it's the best decision ever. I'm so happy, I can breathe, I can do whatever I want, I am free. And I was in a prison in a way, or I was stuck, I was getting hurt, I wasn't hurt, I was, my partner didn't understand me, I was suffering, I was feeling depressed. Now I feel I made the right decision. Okay, so in 2 to 10 days. Really face the problem we have with people who are either calling me too late or who are just listening to the instinct. It is where they ruin the release phase, because they are really thinking, I need to contact them right away. I need to change their mind right away, because in life, it's always at the very beginning of that we can fix things, right? When, you're sailing and you're going into the wrong direction, the sooner you adjust your direction, the easier it is to be on the right track, right? In any sort of projects, if you're building a house and there's something getting wrong, it's better to address it right away than to wait for weeks or months. And that's what we have, this belief system, what we have after a breakup is like, I need to act now, I need to convince them now, I need to find the right words, I need to tell them, of course I love you, of course I haven't said that to you for 12 years, but now I love you and I want you back, right? That's what we want. But the problem is that by doing that, we are interrupting that relief phase. They need to go through that phase. And if you're fighting, if you're preventing them from having this relief phase, they will push back. They will push back really hard. And this is probably what you're experiencing right now if you're trying to push back a lot. So that no contact will allow them to go through this relief phase. In a way, it's very easy for you. That's why I like no contact. It's kind of very simple guideline. Just one rule: don't contact your ex. That's it. And so you know that for at least 2 to 10 days you won't be contacting your ex, and therefore your ex will have the opportunity to go through that phase. The second phase is the phase of curiosity. It's been 2 weeks, no news from you, and they start considering whether they made the right choice. They start to be curious about what you're up to. Are you happy? Are you depressed? Might be depressed, it doesn't really matter, but you don't show it. Was it a mistake on their part? Maybe they'll contact you to check. And they're always, that's a normal reaction. When we take the decision to break up with someone, we have some sort of expectation that our ex will run after us. We have always the expectation that they'll be running. I took the decision, so they might pull the rug underneath their feet. They should react, they should try something, right? And so always depends on the intensity, but always the intensity depends on people, but there's always this element of curiosity. And so, of course, this is where sometimes you'll see along the way, main mistake is because we have this belief that we need to correct, we need to adjust things right away. We don't respect the pace, we don't respect those stages. And that's why it's so important for you to watch this video, to learn from it, because therefore you can make the right decision if you go no contact. And so the mistakes would be to reassure them, maybe to beg them, maybe to tell them, yeah, I mean, my life is hell without you. I'm lost. And when you do that, you give that ego boost. You're actually reassuring them that they're better than you. You're reassuring them that actually they don't need you, because they're gonna compare and they feel like, I'm not okay, but he or she looks so desperate that like, I might have made the right choice. Okay, we know, that's normal, natural. We always tend to compare ourselves. And when we don't feel super happy, sometimes one way to feel better is to watch. It's a bit weird to say that, but sometimes you can compare with other people and you feel like, I feel better now. My life is not as bad. And that's what could happen if you, at this stage, get right into it, share with them how you're feeling. So, answer, I'm fine, thank you, without giving too much information. You don't want to either go into the other direction, telling them, yeah, I'm living the best life, I'm already dating someone. Because when you do that, and I've had cases recently, when you do that, you're actually making it worse, because the other will think like, okay, that's really disrespectful, he crossed the line and I don't want him back. So remember, they are the ones who left, they are the ones who have to come back. Your job, our job, is to ensure that you do the right things, that you position yourself in the right way, that you change some elements of your life. So whenever they have this movement of getting back with you, things will be natural, things will fall into place. There's always an element of your ex getting back with you. What we have to do is not to pull them, it's just to welcome that movement. If your ex is not coming back to you, it's probably because your relationship was not a recoverable one. I will explain a little bit how you can, after that, how you can assess whether your relationship can be recovered. But that's the dynamic is always the same, and I've helped hundreds of people doing that. You do that no contact phase, then it's always in the details. I don't have a rule whether it's 30, 90, 60 days, because it doesn't make sense. But you do that no contact for sure, to really reset the dynamic, to ensure that your ex is going through those 4 phases, right? The first one is the relief phases. The second one is the curiosity. The third one is the doubt, the lack. They're missing you, right? They want to know more. Now they feel a bit lonely. They experience the breakup. That's what you are doing right now. You're letting them experience the breakup. They feel the lack every day a little more. Maybe we're living together now that home, the house looks way empty without you. And they're still struggling in the back of their head, why they're not trying so hard. Why are they so strong? I expected them to be a bit weak. Again, it's very unconscious, but they have this belief system. And they are surprised that you don't fight and that you're not clingy anymore. Because probably at the beginning, right after the breakup, you displayed an image of someone who was not confident, who was begging them to get back with you. I'm going to reveal the last one after this slide, but I always forget, so I'm going to remind you that if you want to support my channel, if you find this video helpful, if you learn something, don't hesitate to like the video. It does help me a lot. You can also subscribe to my channel to watch other videos like these ones. And I'm going to take a sip of water because I'm talking a lot. You can WhatsApp me anytime if you have a question. There's a link in the first comment. You just click on the link and it gets you directly to my WhatsApp, and I'll be at the other end replying to you. I check my WhatsApp 2 to 3 times a day, so bear with me till I get back to you. There's also a quiz, so I mentioned the recoverable couple. If you're not sure whether you have any chance to get back with your ex, have a look in the description. There's a link for you to take a quiz, and this quiz will give you it's an assessment basically telling you if you have any chance or not to get back with your ex. It's totally free and it takes literally 2 minutes, but at least you have an indication of whether no contact or whether trying to get back with your ex is doable. And if you want to have other resources and tools, have a look in the description. There's few things, few links, free content that you can access right away. So what's the fourth one? The fourth one is fear. We are creating fear, and fear is a very strong force. They are beginning to fear that not to see you again, that fear of loss. They are fearing that they made the wrong choice. And the only thing was to go through a radio silence or no contact. And we always tend to put too much energy into winning back someone. Right? Always we have this tendency, that's why I have to do those videos, is to remind you that actually, if you don't do the right things, force yourself to go no contact, force yourself to be silent. Because at some point, they will miss the past. If your relationship is recoverable, if you had something special together, at some stage, they will be regretting that relationship. They will look back with nostalgia, with regrets about that relationship. The memory, our brain tends to forget about the negative things or at least fade them away and keep the good ones. When you think about your childhood, of course there are painful moments of your childhood, but if you think about, like, I don't know, your times at school would be mostly good times. If you think about times on holidays, mostly good times. And for example, I broke my arm when I was a kid. And I remember it's like, now I'm smiling when I think about it, but on the day of, obviously, I wasn't smiling. But even like the events like that, who were painful events, you look back with kind of nostalgia. And this is what's going to happen in your ex if you had something special. If you didn't do too much harm after the breakup, obviously, they will forget about the fight. They will forget about the tension because the tension is not there anymore. And they would have this deep fear of missing something in their life. This is what you've created in this no contact. If you have any other question, if you feel you need a bit of help to get you unstuck after this no contact, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help. Take care. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.